Max has a health issue, and we've seen her have health issues in the past. What can you share about how this time plays out and how this time might be different, and also how we're seeing Bash react to it, A, as her romantic partner, and how her colleagues are going to be dealing with it as well?
For Mags, we were very interested in the idea of letting, people at work tend to be encouraged to hide their health problems and they keep them to themselves for the most part, and they're afraid to ask for accommodations. And Mags has lived pretty much her whole life this way. People don't really know, and she chose a profession that is a high adrenaline profession. Emergency medicine is high adrenaline. It attracts those kinds of people, and she's kind of and it's her calling, but her body feels the opposite way. And so to sort of like really explore one's relationship with one's calling, we thought it was important that she finally tells the truth and lets people know and asks for accommodations and puts her health right out there, and doesn't let her work kill her. And although the show doesn't concern itself with COVID in real time, it sort of takes that sort of thematic way that we were all feeling through the pandemic and tries to incorporate it. And so for Megs, she's living out loud, and for Bash, he wants to save everything and everybody, and so it creates conflict in a way because he wants to be there for her, but she doesn't want to be saved by him in that way, in the same way that he doesn't want to be saved by her in that way. So it lets us get a little bit deeper in the way that we explore their kind of mutual vulnerabilities in the relationship while still keeping it fun and active and letting them enjoy each other's company.
Yeah. Well, and similarly, in episode 4, there was also the issue with Theo, where he's kind of having to deal with the ramifications of what he did in his arguably kind of PTSD episode where he held the woman down for the shot. What can you share about that storyline? And I'm curious for you as a writer, how much you want the audience to be empathizing with him versus the patient, and what that line was for you guys as a room.
Yeah, we were just really interested in exploring it because we know Theo to be a nice guy, a decent human being, but he does cross the line, and it is a question of perspective. And we just want to live in the gray zone with it, and because we know him to be in his heart a good person. It's interesting to see a person like that, make a mistake, but then dig a hole for himself. And hopefully the viewer is saying, stop, man, stop, just apologize, just admit that you made a mistake and stop digging this hole. But because he's lost sight of himself, he's really not able to do that. And so ultimately, I think we all agreed that although there's a gray area there, he did make a mistake and he should have been out front and apologized for it. And we're just kind of watch him dig a hole until he starts seeing himself again.